philosophical and practical foundations of doctoral research and transformative teaching. Introduction. Doctoral research and transformative teaching are deeply interconnected processes anchored in philosophy and ethics. This manual presents foundational concepts: ontology, epistemology, axiology, methodology, research design, research methods, sample and sampling, data analysis, researcher positionality, reflexivity, validity, trustworthiness, and ethics to guide doctoral candidates and educators in crafting rigorous, coherent, and socially just, scholarly, and pedagogical practices. Each section defines key concepts, explains their relevance in doctoral research, illustrates with doctoral-level examples, and connects to transformative teaching practice following a unified scholarly style. Ontology, the foundation of being and reality. Ontology addresses the fundamental question of being, the nature of reality, and what exists. In research, it shapes what is considered real and knowable, influencing research questions and approaches. Key ontological positions. Realism assumes reality exists independently of human perception. Example question: what is the measurable effect of teacher professional development on learner achievement? Relativism. Reality is socially and culturally constructed. Multiple realities exist. Example question: how do teachers from diverse backgrounds experience curriculum changes? Critical realism. Reality exists independently, but is accessed through social and cultural lenses. Example question: what structural factors shape classroom practices, and how do teachers interpret them? Idealism. Reality is constructed through consciousness and ideas. Relevance. Ontology frames research questions, informs methodology, and ensures philosophical coherence. In transformative teaching, ontology underpins recognition of multiple realities and legitimizes diverse knowledges, challenging hegemonic educational models. 2. Epistemology, the nature and scope of knowledge. Epistemology explores how we know what we know. It governs knowledge production and the relationship between researcher and subject. Key epistemological positions. Positivism. Knowledge is valid when based on observable, measurable facts. Example question: what statistical relationship exists between class size and learner performance? Interpretivism. Knowledge arises from understanding meanings in context. Example question: how do rural teachers interpret digital learning tools? Critical epistemology examines power in knowledge production. Example question: whose voices influence national curriculum formation? Constructivism. Knowledge is co-created through interaction. Relevance. Epistemology determines valid knowledge criteria, informs methodology, and ensures alignment with ontology. Transformative teaching embraces plural epistemologies, validating diverse and marginalized knowledge systems through dialogical learning. 3. Axiology, the study of values in research and teaching. Axiology examines the values and ethics guiding research choices and interpretations. Paradigmatic positions. Positivist emphasizes objectivity but includes ethical safeguards. Interpretativist constructivist. Values shape meaning, co-construction. Critical explicitly foregrounds social justice and emancipation. Relevance. Axiology clarifies ethical commitments, informs method choices, and anchors researcher positionality. In teaching, it fosters inclusive, justice-oriented classrooms, valuing empathy, diversity, and critical consciousness. 4. Methodology, the strategy of inquiry. Methodology links ontology and epistemology to research methods, detailing the approach to answering research questions. Methodological approaches. Quantitative, positivist, focused on measurement and hypothesis testing. Qualitative, interpretivist, constructivist, focused on rich, contextualized understanding. Mixed methods, often critical realist, integrating both quantitative and qualitative data. Relevance, methodology, ensures coherence, transparency, and ethical research conduct. In teaching, methodological choices manifest as pedagogical strategies promoting critical engagement and learner agency. 5. Research design, the blueprint for inquiry. Research design operationalizes methodology into a detailed plan specifying what, where, when, how, and with whom data are collected. Types of designs. Experimental or quasi-experimental, testing causality. Case study, in-depth contextual analysis. Mixed methods, combining quantitative and qualitative components. Relevance. Research design guarantees coherence, rigor, and practical feasibility. In teaching, curriculum and learning design, parallel research design, strategically aligning aims, methods, and outcomes to foster transformative learning. 6. Research methods, practical tools for data collection and analysis. Research methods are specific techniques used to gather and analyze data. Common methods: quantitative, surveys, tests, experiments. Qualitative, interviews, focus groups, observation, document analysis. Mixed methods, combining both for comprehensive insights. Relevance. Methods must align with philosophical commitments and ethical standards. Teaching methods, such as problem-posing dialogues and experiential learning, mirror research methods by engaging learners actively and reflectively. 7. Sample and sampling. Strategic selection for credible inquiry. Sampling refers to the process by which a subset of individuals, cases, or data points is strategically selected from a larger population to participate in a study. The sample serves as the manageable and representative segment through which researchers seek to generate findings that speak to the broader population or context. Sampling approaches. Probability sampling includes simple random, stratified, or cluster sampling, ensures representativeness and generalizability. Example: stratified random sampling across faculties to survey student engagement. Non-probability sampling includes purposive, convenience, snowball, or theoretical sampling, prioritizes depth, richness, and relevance. Example: purposive selection of refugee teachers to explore lived experiences. Mixed methods sampling integrates quantitative and qualitative strategies for both breadth and depth. Relevance. Sampling decisions impact validity, reliability, and ethical integrity. In transformative teaching, purposeful grouping and inclusion strategies foster equitable participation, dialogue, and critical learning. 8. Data analysis, interpreting data to generate knowledge. Data analysis is the systematic process transforming collected data into meaningful findings. Approaches: quantitative, statistical analysis, descriptive, inferential, regression. Qualitative, thematic, narrative, discourse analysis. Mixed methods, integration for comprehensive understanding. Relevance. Rigorous analysis requires transparency, consistency, and reflexivity. In teaching, reflective data analysis informs adaptive instruction and critical thinking. 9. Researcher positionality, reflexive awareness of self in research. Positionality acknowledges the researcher's social and cultural identities and their impact on research. Importance: enhances transparency, demonstrates credibility and rigor, fosters ethical engagement. Relevance. In teaching, awareness of positionality shapes inclusive pedagogy and power relations in learning environments. 10. Reflexivity, critical self-examination throughout inquiry and teaching. Reflexivity is the ongoing process of critically examining how researchers' and educators' identities and assumptions influence their work. Functions: promotes epistemological integrity, enhances methodological rigor, embeds ethical responsibility. Relevance: reflexive teaching fosters inclusive classrooms and models critical consciousness for learners. 11. Validity and trustworthiness, ensuring credible knowledge. Validity quantitative, internal validity, accuracy of causal claims. External validity, generalizability. Construct validity, accurate measurement of theoretical constructs. Trustworthiness, qualitative. Credibility, transferability, dependability, confirmability. Relevance, ensures robust, ethical research, parallels authentic teaching, and trust building with learners. 12. Ethics and ethical considerations, moral foundations. Ethics govern responsible research and teaching conduct. Core principles: informed consent, confidentiality, beneficence and non-maleficence. Justice, relevance. Ethics underpin relational pedagogy and social justice in transformative education. Conclusion: this manual provides a rigorous philosophical and practical framework for doctoral researchers and transformative educators. By consciously integrating ontology, epistemology, axiology, methodology, research design, methods, sample, and sampling, data analysis, positionality, reflexivity, validity, trustworthiness, and ethics, scholars and teachers can produce work that is coherent, credible, ethical, and socially transformative. For more details, please watch our next series where we delve deeper into each of these key research concepts. See you there!